To our guest of honor, Felissa Rose. Felissa!
I love you and thank you for that. That means so much to me. I'm going to take this in. Thank you.
We love you, Felissa!
I am just blown away.
Love the cat.
Hi.
I love Days of the Dead. And it's indie Days of the Dead. It started here for me.
Yeah, you are so loved here.
Oh,
You are so loved here, and you know it, and we want to make sure that you know it, and now you know it.
thank you.
Right.
And we love Summer. Let's give it up for Summer. She's so phenomenal. Yes.
You always make me feel good. Like she always pumps me up.
No, you are extraordinary. And to do what you do, it's a lot. With a lot of people and a lot of energy. And it takes the whole community, right? All of us together.
We thrive off of their energy, don't we?
I am right now is flying high. Yes, I am the happiest person. Woo.
Amazing. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. We have not had a one-on-one
I know, yeah.
for about 2 years.
Oh, has it been that?
It was in Atlanta, and it's been a while.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow at 1 o'clock we have the Stream panel.
Yes.
And I'm very excited about that because I love that film and I love all of the people involved in that movie. So if you're here tomorrow at 1 p.m., Summer will have the cast
Yes.
of Stream.
Yes, I'm so excited for them. I just met some of them, and I'm like, yes. I may have gotten a little bit of starstruck, and I may have fangirled just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
I do it all the time.
And then on Sunday, we have Terrifier panel. Oh my gosh.
Terrifier!
Oh, always the best,
That
right?
little movie, you know.
Who knows? Terrifier. Who knows? Okay, so to kick things off, I'm going to ask you some questions, as per usual. Weird stuff, not sleepaway camp stuff. You know, I always go off the rails on that. I figure they'll do that, right? We're going to talk about some obscure projects that maybe they need to know about, yeah? Okay? But first, before we do that, let's talk to you about your beginning in the arts, the craft. How did you start in acting?
I think I just, I've always loved people from when I was really little, so I wanted to make people happy, and I would sing and dance at like all my family functions and for my schoolmates. So my parents enrolled me in singing and dancing lessons, and then suddenly I just met a manager in New York when I was like 10. And my first real audition was at 12 for a little movie called Sleepaway Camp. And Thank you for remembering that film. And I was 12 when I met Robert Hiltzik, the original writer-director. We just hit it off and became super close, and the rest is history, right?
Yeah, and the rest is history. My first exposure to you obviously was Sleepaway Camp. I was probably 9, and I loved you. I thought you were the most beautiful person in the whole world, and I wish I looked just like you back then, right? 9-year-old me wanted to look just like, 13-year-old you, And then, so Sleepaway Camp has been a favorite of mine for that long, since around 1990, 1991, right? And then, I was dating someone who had an unlimited rental pass from Blockbuster in the year 2004, maybe 2003.
Good reason to date someone.
I don't remember. He got it when we were dating, so that was not the original reason, but it was definitely a perk. I love it. And we had a different work schedule, so I would take his pass and I would go rent all these movies. And I'm perusing the horror section one day in around 2003, and I see your name on the cover of a movie. And I snatched it up, and it's the first time I saw adult you, and that is Corpses Are Forever.
Oh.
Whoa, that's a deep dive.
And you're the only reason I picked it up off the video store shelf in Blockbuster and watched it. And that was the first time I saw adult Felissa. So can you tell us about Corpses Are Forever? By the way, I think it's streaming on Tubi, and I may or may not own it on DVD.
Corpses Are Forever. I wish I could remember that far back. Debbie Rochon was in it, and I worshipped Debbie Rochon. So when I heard she was in it, I immediately wanted to do it. And I only remember that it was one of the first films I had done as an adult. getting back into the horror genre, and they told me to play a zombie, and I thought, well, gosh darn it, I want to be the best zombie I can be. And I just tried my hardest to be the best zombie. I don't know how it went, but it was a great learning experience. It was a great set, and I think it was directed by Jose Prendes, who went on to do some really great stuff recently.
Yeah.
So he's a director to look for, Jose Prendes, and yeah, that was an interesting shoot because I think I was on for a very short time, but I was a zombie.
Yeah. And you know, just like I thought when you were 13, I'm like, she's so pretty.
Oh God,
I was in great makeup.
She's a beautiful zombie, right?
I love you so
You can't make this ugly. You just can't. No matter how hard you try, it's not going to happen, okay? And then you know, as well as everyone who talks to me knows, that my favorite thing you've ever done is not even Sleepaway Camp, it's Satan's Playground.
Aw, thank you.
Can we discuss Satan's Playground?
That was in that same time era, right? Maybe we did that in 2005. And that was a film I was so excited about because it starred Ed and Neil. So my favorite movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Yeah, I mean, best movie, perfect, scared the crap out of me, and still does. And Ed Neil as the hitchhiker is, to me, the most fascinating, brilliant character I've seen, like, on screen in horror. It was just like, what is that? That is terrifying. And to work with him and Ellen Sandweiss from The Evil Dead was a thrill. And it was, I think, maybe my only film that I was the final girl. Not to give it away, but I am the final girl in that film, and it made me so happy because that's just exciting to be the last one standing, you know?
It was a beautiful film about the Jersey Devil, a nice little, not urban legend, cryptid. A nice cryptid out there, and terrifying and amazing, and they did a really good job.
Good performances, like Mrs. Lee.
Yes,
played
Mrs.
by
Lee
Irma
was
St. Paul.
terrifying.
Terrifying.
And they did, I mean, he did a great job of adapting that cryptid, that urban legend, for film, because it's a tough one. And to tell a story and not make it all discombobulated, and not make it a period piece either, right?
Yes.
And so anyway, it was a beautiful movie. It is my favorite movie I've ever done.
Dante Tomaselli, who directed it, is really an artist. So his cinematography is so, he really created this sort of dreamy atmosphere. So it's a nice contrast with the horror that's happening. Oh, and Ron Milkey's in it.
Yep.
So it was a great cast to work with. Yeah.
You know, you did a series of movies with my friends, Paul and Dave, Caesar and Otto.
Yes, wow.
Two of those. You did two, right?
I think I did 3.
You did 3. Which
I
ones?
did the Halloween.
Okay, I know that. Did you do Christmas?
I don't know.
And then, of course,
Fucking old. Excuse my language.
Also-
Sorry. Look at me. Can't remember. I'm like, did I? I think I did 3.
Yeah,
I did the first one, the camp one.
yeah, and they did a summer camp one, which is a total spoof on Sleepaway Camp, and it was awesome. So, can we talk about your experiences working with Paul and Dave?
I
and
love
on
them. Dave Campfield and Paul Chinicki are 2 amazing people who did a series of films called Caesar and Otto's ... So they went to Sleepaway Camp, or they went to a paranormal. Was that different? The Halloween paranormal? That was.
I think it was Paranormal Halloween and Deadly Christmas.
I did the other one. I was in the Deadly Christmas in a blonde wig.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Okay, I did 3. Hello. Okay, it's all coming back. No, so I did the 3 of them because Dave is a good friend of mine from childhood. We met on Long Island, and he's a filmmaker, and we just wanted to hang out together, and we did a film together called Dark Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
I think it
With
was
your
really
mom?
exciting.
With your mom?
Yeah.
No, your Aunt Martha, rather?
Yes, Desiree Gould is in it from Sleepaway Camp. She played Aunt Martha. And just, you know, working with people you love is the most important thing. As long as you have fun and laugh and make it a good time, it's the best experience.
Speaking of people that you love, you did a movie with me. It hasn't been released yet, but it's called Crave.
Yeah.
At least working title is Crave. She killed me.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, I died.
did. She dies.
I dies.
She's dead.
It was a pleasure to be killed by this lovely lady, though.
Oh no!
Wasn't that fun?
was
Wasn't
so
that
fun.
so fun? Like
Yeah.
one of the highlights of my life, truly, it was the best time, right?
Summer. Making horror movies, people always ask, like, friends of mine who don't know a lot about, like, the horror genre, they'll say, like, is it scary? And I say, no, it's probably the most fun you could ever have. Like, we are all laughing and having a good time, and then the cameras go on and get crazy, but it's fun. It's so much fun.
That one was directed by Remy St. Paul,
Yes.
right? And it had a fun cast of characters that I'm still in touch with today.
Great people.
And, of course, had our mutual friend Elena from Ireland.
I was just going to say, Elena from Ireland.
Yep, she was in that too, so that was fun. Okay, but that's actually wasn't what I was going for when I said that statement. What I was going to go for was, speaking of working with your friends, you just had one come out with Sean Whalen, Crust.
Yes.
Can we
Crust
talk about
and
Crust?
Davey Robot.
Right, and a whole bunch of people.
Oh, a bunch of people.
Right.
Alan Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And, yeah. Anyways,
There's so many people.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Blanking on last name. Sorry, girl. Sorry.
Rebecca Kennedy.
That's it.
Yes, I know. Sometimes the names. Like,
So many names. I remembered her first.
Crust is a crazy movie. It was so fun to make. It's about like the sock monster. So it's completely different from anything I'd ever done. And a lot of times when I read scripts, I want to do something outside the box, like not a slasher, although slashers are my favorite, just saying. And Home Invasion, because they scare me. But this is a sock monster, very similar to, what's the musical? You know, the Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors. It's similar to that. There's a little musical number that Sean Whalen does, and it's a really cute movie. So if you get a chance, it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and that one just came out last year,
It did,
so it's
yeah.
pretty new. So I wanted to bring light to that. Another one that just came out very recently was Forest Hills.
Forest Hills, where I was so fortunate to work with our beautiful, the late Shelley Duvall, the beautiful and amazing. What a soul. That was, looking into those eyes was incredible.
How long did you have with her on set? What was your total experience like? Like, how did you not cry from happiness?
Oh, I did. Oh, I cried and cried. Well, I auditioned for the role, let's say on a Thursday, and the director called me on Friday and said, I showed it to Shelley, you got the part, so that was thrilling because...
So she gave you the okay?
So she gave me the okay because I was playing a doctor and my work was with her, and, so that just flipped me out. I got so excited, I'm gonna tell you a little story. I got so excited that I didn't sleep. I was like a little kid on Christmas, like, I can't. So the next morning, I had a little bit of a headache and I had to fly out really early to go to her house, to film in her house. So I went to take 2 Tylenol, and they were Tylenol PM. I took 2 Tylenol PM to start my day to film with the one and only Shelley Duvall. And I went, what did I just take? They didn't look right. They were blue. I was like, they're not Tylenol PM. And so I got on the plane and I was woozy, but I slept on the plane. I was all excited. I got to the house. She pulled up and I said, I'm so sorry. I'm losing myself right now. And I just started bawling. I said, can I just give you the biggest hug? And she said, absolutely. And we hugged for a really long time. It was the most beautiful embrace. And I just looked at her face. I said, I have loved you what feels like my whole life. I just worship you. And she said, that's so kind, with this big smile. She's exactly what you think, just completely angelic and loving, no judgment. You just saw kindness ooze out of her eyes. And I felt so good. And I got to sit in her home and meet her animals. And there was, besides having my kids, the greatest experience of my life.
You do know that's a mirror image of yourself, right? Like that's how you treat people, and that's how people feel about you. Am I wrong? It's true. Do you remember the first time I met you?
Yes.
I did exactly.
We had the best moment together. Was that flashback again?
2017.
2017, and you came to my table and we embraced and we chatted for a really
And I
long time.
cried like a lunatic.
And I cried like a lunatic right back.
Right. So, but it was the same kind of experience for me. That's how I know, like, that's what you give to people, because that's what you gave to me.
Thank you. You know, that's the best part of our community. That's the best part about the horror community, is that we're all in this together and we take care of each other, and it's the most inclusive, caring, loving group of people. I wish the whole world was like a horror convention, because wow, we'd be perfect. And thank you for all of the love and just the beauty that we share amongst each other. Thank you. I'm so grateful. It's amazing.
Okay, one last thing, and then, because you know your credits are like 3 miles long. You've done a gazillion, trillion, million things. But one last thing, you know, I got to do it because of my hometown. You shot a movie in my hometown of Bakersfield, California. At the time, it was called Killer Rose. It ended up being called Cold-Blooded Killers. Is that correct?
Cold-Blooded Killers.
Can you discuss talking about working in my hometown?
I loved every second. It was brilliant. I loved the cast. Caroline Williams plays opposite my character. We're two assassins, and we're trying to get Hank, who has kidnapped my sister, and Hank is played by Dave Sheridan. So working with Dave Sheridan is a very interesting experience, because you don't work with Dave Sheridan, you work with the character. And sometimes that's difficult, because when I'm immersed in a character, once they say cut, I'm like, hey guys, I love you, blah, blah, blah. But he is Hank all day long. He's like the Christian Bale of horror. So I was afraid of him. So I decided that I would be my character, Crazy Rose. And I sent him a text and I said, don't talk to me on set. I was just teasing. But he was like, ooh, I thought, is this text for me? And I said, yes, it's for you, Hank. No, so we have done 40 projects together, and that was like the greatest experience of my life, because working in Bakersfield was super fun. We had this amazing location, and the cast was brilliant, and I just really enjoyed the character. She was crazy and very unlike anything I had played up to that point. So I had fun.
Now, we should say that you were running around in 100+ degree heat and leather.
Yeah.
How?
I was dying. I thought I would die. I had to wear a bodysuit with leather pants, so I was wearing a corset underneath. Big mistake. Big mistake. You don't do that. Not in 120 degrees. So I had a big wig on, so I was like in every scene just dripping. But I just used it. I was like, yeah, I love this heat. Yeah. No, I was.
You kind of got to get so amped up that you're delusional, otherwise you won't make it through.
I was delusional. I mean, I was chasing everyone, killing them, you know? And it was, again, not a character I was really comfortable. I wasn't used to, I should say. I wasn't used to being in that kind of a role. So it was fun. It was so fun. It was so fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you for indulging me on all those.
Aw, thank you. Yeah.
Now let's throw it out to the audience. Audience questions.
Hi, this is my beautiful friend. We met in the elevator.
Yeah, we did. All right, so funny story. I'm sitting at home one night, and Summer texts me out of the blue saying, hey, have you ever seen Sleepaway Camp? And I'm like, no. And she goes, yeah, you have to see it right now. Just tell me when you finish watching it. Because I'm a trans woman, and obviously, spoiler, that's what happens at the end. So, how does it feel like essentially being a trans icon?
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, you're my hero. Living authentically and genuinely to your true self is, I think, the most brilliant thing you can do in this world. And forever we will fight trans rights. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. That is a privilege and an honor, and I am a proud ally, and I just appreciate you. I am so happy that Sleepaway Camp is more relevant today and has more eyes on it with that lens. It means the world to me. Just standing with you is everything I can hope for. So thank you. I appreciate you so much. Truly. Thank you for giving the movie a chance, and we will stand with you proudly always. Thank you. Thank you. Big round of applause. It's super important.
Yeah. We should also say that Pippa was texting me throughout the entire thing, and I also told him, I'm sorry, I first met him as a him, so it's hard for me to break
That's
that
okay.
habit, you know?
Two of my best friends,
Right.
I went through the transition.
Right.
I transitioned.
It's a transition for us to try to break the habit, but they know it's not intentional.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Right. It's like meeting someone by a different first name, and then you can't remember not to call them that anymore.
And the love is so sincere. So it's also about the intention behind.
Right.
And you're the most beautiful person. So we know that it's all out of complete love.
So yeah, she was live texting me the entire time, reacting, right, to things that were happening. But when I told her to go watch it, I said, don't look it up. Don't read anything about it. Don't read a description. Here's the link. Go.
Thank you for that.
Because it's been 40 years, and if you look it up, it's going to get spoiled.
Yes, 100%. So I'm glad it was not spoiled for you.
The back of the damn Anchor Bay DVD spoils it.
Yep.
Oh, I know. We need to change that. My goodness, yeah. Well, I'm so happy you watched it without knowing anything about it. And thank you so much for being here and, again, giving the movie a chance. It's, again, from 1982 all the way up to today, it's grown exponentially, yeah.
Any other audience questions?
So I have a question. So in a dream scenario, who would you like to be opposite of any movie from anybody of any kind? If you want to be a final girl or a villain, who do you want to be opposite of you? And I have a suggestion after.
I would like to be the villain and Kane Hodder is my victim. Take that, Mr. Hodder.
It's the Battle of New Jersey.
You know what? I'm going to go to his table right after this and I'll tell him. Okay?
I'm going right to him.
Yes, please.
So my opponent or somebody for you to fight would be you and the late great Tony Todd. I think a pairing between the two of you would be perfect because you guys were just so close and friendly. And I remember we talked about it in Chicago.
Yes, we did. I love you. I loved meeting you in Chicago. Yes, and may he rest in peace. We sadly lost some of our beautiful friends, Tony Todd, Lar Park Lincoln, Sid Haig, and that really hurts, but let's keep them alive through these wonderful movies they've made. Amazing.
Tony Todd could have played more struggling.
Tony Todd, one of the most magical human beings I had ever met.
Speaking of Tony, so everyone, going to see the new Final Destination, have you seen it? Because everyone just left it. The movie was great, but everyone just left just talking about him and what he meant to us, from all these years of giving us such great horror movies. And that, we were crying in it, not, for him. It was beautiful, his last scene and his words.
I have not seen it yet. I plan on watching it. I have been told what happens at the end, and I don't know. I really have to brace myself for that. That's a really hard, because I heard it's from his heart. And he was Tony was one of those people who was a real friend, a true friend, and someone who really cared, and I don't want to say I feel fortunate that I've only had beautiful friendships and relationships, but I know this industry is tough, it's hard, and so when you meet great ones and sincere ones like a Tony Todd or Sid Haig or Lar, it's just your heart, I'm devastated I haven't gotten over any of them, so yeah, it's nice, we're fortunate and grateful that we had time with them.
Definitely. Yeah, Lara was that one was tough for me. I was like, man, I was at work when someone texted me about it, and I was like, it'd be really great if my friends would just stop dying. But my best memory with Laura was like we were at a comedy club and we hated the comedian. And like it was highly like offensive, but not in the cute way. Like, but when we wanted to leave, and we didn't want to be called out, right? We crawled out on our hands and knees. Crawled out on our hands and knees. So not, and we were in the back. So, but
I can see the two of you together.
we were in it. We weren't even like we were like army crawl. We were on the ground. Like,
did anyone see?
The audience members saw. And they were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Maybe that was the funniest part of the night.
It was funny. We're like, "We're leaving. Excuse us." That's the best memory with Laura.
See, isn't that amazing? Like that's why I'm always like saying how we have to live in the moment, because this is such a gift. We're all here together, and not to get to, I'm so sappy, but I really do appreciate every moment with everyone. It's so special.
And then a few months ago, she signed an autograph for me at this con. I think it was Indy even. And she wrote on it, "Let's crawl out of more places together." And I treasure it. I always have, but now I really do. And I'm like, that's the best memory with Laura. Can you share some memories you've had with Laura?
She was like my first friend in the horror community. I think maybe it was 25 years ago. I was invited to go to a Texas event with CJ Graham and Lar Park Lincoln, and I had already been a fan of both of them. So meeting her, we stuck together the whole event, and there was a band playing, and we got up on stage, and we became really good friends so quickly. And then I had a party at my house, and she flew out to California, and I was just meeting. I'm like eating this mic. I was just meeting everyone in the industry, and they came to my home. It was like David Hess, Jonathan Breck. It was like so many amazing horror icons, and I was just like, blah, 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 blah. And Laura was there helping me through it. Danielle Harris, Tiffany Shepis. It was just so cool. I felt like I was new, even though I had done Sleepaway Camp. I was kind of new to hanging out with everybody in the community, and it was a dream. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe everybody's in my house right now. It was really cool.
David Hess, another one we lost
David
way
Hess.
too soon.
Way too soon. Such a beautiful soul.
I love his music.
I love him, his music, his acting. Last House on the Left is one of my favorites. Terrifying. Really, really good work.
It's two questions. Sorry.
Yeah.
So in a couple of years, the rights to the original Sleepaway Camp revert back to, the original producers. And so
Is that true?
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. In a couple of years, all the
Where are they right now?
They're currently with Scream Factory, and Scream Factory's holding on to them, and they're releasing new editions of 2 and 3 on 4K, but not 1. So anyway, the point I'm getting to is I wondered if you would talk to them at all, and if you were planning any type of special features or anything for what will presumably be a new release in a few years.
For 2 and 3?
For 1.
Oh, for 1?
Yeah.
Well, I did get a message recently where they're discussing remaking the first one. Or I don't know if it said necessarily remaking it, reimagining, like doing something. And would I be interested? And I'm like, would I be interested? Do I look interested? I'm really interested. Yes, that would be exciting. And I still have hopes and dreams of making the prequel Aunt Martha with anyone who will listen. So for me, those are definitely, it's not even necessarily remaking Sleepaway Camp. I don't know that we could remake Sleepaway Camp, but certainly we could make something with Sleepaway Camp. So yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed.
And it crossed everything.
Yeah. My eyes, my toes, yeah.
And the second one is, in any project, do you remember a moment where you were just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, what is happening?
Like in an amazing way, like, holy shit, what am I doing? This is incredible.
Well, more of like, what is happening? Like, why, like, how is this happening? Why? I don't want to say negative, because it's not about being negative, but more like, what is this shit? What is happening?
Wow, let me think. That's a really good question. I've loved every single movie I've worked on, even if the movie didn't pan out to be like this, which sadly that happens. I've had moments where I'm like, oh my God, I want to pinch myself, like Terrifier 2. Victor Crowley was like, holy shit, because I'm madly obsessed with Adam Green. And working with Kane Hodder and that cast was just a dream. I don't think I was ever, like, holy shit, what's happening around me? But I think when I do life casts, I'm like, holy shit, I can't do this movie, this sucks, get this fucking crap off me. Mainly with Return to Sleepaway Camp, because they had to do a mold of my face, and the first mold broke my nose, because it fell on the bone of my nose. So it was a horrible experience, because then they had to take it off and redo it. And it was just, I was like, holy shit, what's happening? But we got it and it was all good, but that definitely creates a moment where you're like, I don't know if I could do this, a second one, because you can't breathe when they do the life
Sounds like
cast.
it's already not fun.
It's so fun. I was like, yeah, I love this. Oh my God, keep doing it. And Tiffany Shepard was, she was at the Victor Crowley one with me, holding my hand. And Dave Sheridan came with me to another movie I did, Lady Killer, but he left me. So I'm doing all this, like, help, I can't breathe. And he was on a phone call outside.
Fucking men.
Left me. Tiffany Shepard stayed, held my hand. Dave Sheridan left me. I thought it was hilarious that he heard that I was like freaking out and wasn't there. So, F you, Dave Sheridan. No. But yeah, all of my experiences have been the greatest. And one of my favorite experiences, I have to give a shout out to a new film that I had just come out, and it's playing here tonight at 9 o'clock. It's called A Hard Place. Our director, Jason Horton, is here. It was one of my most favorite experiences because I play an Appalachian woman, and I don't know who's casting me as an Appalachian woman except Jason Horton. So it was a role written for a man. So thank him for thinking outside the box and saying, you know what, why don't you do this? And now I was nominated for Best Actress at the film festival, and I'm shocked, just shocked. I've never been nominated for anything, so my heart is dancing.
So you've got an expansive list on IMDb, so my question is, how do you choose a project?
That's a great question. So I'm fortunate that I love reading scripts, and I mean, most of the time it's a number of things. It could be the director, like I'm doing Jason Horton's new film, Apex Predators Club, because I love him. I obviously Terrifier too, it needs no explanation. Victor Crowley, I was a huge Hatchet fan, madly in love with Adam Green. I could go on and on, but it's usually starts with the script and the character, and then it's about, sometimes it's the cast. It's just a matter of, I just finished a film last week called The Last Sleepover, and I just loved the script. It was Mean Girls meets I Know What You Did Last Summer with Lisa Wilcox, and I love Lisa Wilcox. So, those few components were like, I'm in, sign me up. It's just like a number of things, and I feel so grateful that anybody asks me to even serve coffee on a shoot. Like, I pinch myself. It's remarkable and happy, and thank you.
Have you ever stolen anything from a film that you were on?
Oh, I
I know you were
wish.
like younger, the sleepaway camp.
I wish I'd stolen stuff. I try to sneak wardrobe, but it never happens because then I feel really guilty, and I'm like, and I ultimately tell them like, I love that dress. I guess it's gonna be in my bag. I guess not. No, bye. So no, I've never stolen.
Do you have anything from?
No props. I have my script from Sleepaway Camp, the original script that has the last page. I was the only one who got it. And I also have a camp book called Camp Memories, and every actor in the film wrote a note to me in the book. And I cherish that. I love Sleepaway Camp. It's my first film. It's like, my first. I was a virgin, and it broke my cherry. So.
You never want to mess with the popcorn.
Yeah, no, it's my favorite.
Did I see a hand shoot up over there? Yeah.
I think it's funny to me that you said your favorite horror movie was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because, not to get too deep into spoilers, but both that movie and Sleepaway Camp are two movies I think of that end with a kind of an iconic shot of the killer. as opposed to a lot of horror movies that end with, you know, the final girl or whoever the survivor is. How do you think that impacts how an audience kind of walks away from a movie and how it sits with them that you end with that last shot of the killer themselves?
Oh, I think it's so powerful, and I think it's a punch to the gut. I think it leaves you feeling sort of like stopped in your tracks to really, hey, there he is. How many times did I bring up Dave Sheridan? Give it up for Dave Sheridan.
This troublemaker. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Did you just come into my panel to ask where the stream cast is? This is typical Dave Sheridan. Didn't I tell you? I literally told them what an asshole you are. And you are proving my point. Would you like to sit on my lap
I'm gonna tell
and
you,
finish
John
this?
Abrams, I get to the table and he's like, yeah, they're all at the stream panel. So I go to one panel room, no one there. Another panel room, no one there. This is like, it's like, what is it, like the Three Little Piggies?
I have talked about you quite a bit. Why don't you pull up a chair? We're finishing up. So, any questions for Dave Sheridan? By all means, we've done 40 films together. 40 films. 42 projects together. So this is my best friend in the whole world. I trust him more than anyone.
We're so close we finish each other.
Other sentences.
Orgasms. Sorry.
Sentences.
I'm not even, we have children.
Yeah, sentences.
Okay,
I'm
80.
sorry, Peyton. Peyton is 9 years old. I love you, Peyton. Let's give it up for Peyton.
So, since we have a surprise guest, does anyone have any questions specifically for Mr. Sheridan?
If it's about stream, come tomorrow.
I've got one for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. What's your favorite film where you've done roles together? And was there any-
Well, let's say it at
That's
the
a
same
great
time.
question.
Okay, let's see if it's the same one.
I don't. Oh,
Favorite one together.
yeah. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Screen test. There you go.
Why? Why is that your favorite?
Because I'm awesome and it's like one of my best performances. I really steal the show. And I won a lot of awards for that and some free cereal. But that brand's discontinued now because of safety purposes. It was just filming it was just so much fun. It was a lot of fun. We shot in Florida for
It
one
was
thing.
fun. We played lovers too.
Oh, that
It
too.
was a
I
really
forgot.
weird thing.
Lots of rehearsal.
No, it was a weird thing because it said that we had to make out, and we were like, best friends, and we're like, oh my God, we have to make out with each other. So they leave this big make-out moment for the last day of filming.
Normally.
No, on this film.
No, they didn't.
So, yes, it was the last night of filming. And we get to the set and we're both like weirdly nervous and like, oh, how is this gonna go? And so the director's name is Bob, he's a big dude. He's like, all right, guys, take your marks. This is what has to happen. You have to make out, fall into the room, hot and heavy. And we're like, okay, this is weird. And he says, and action. And Dave's like, we're flirting and we're doing our lines and we get to the door and we do what we think is a pretty good job. We're making out. And the director yells, cut! That was the worst makeout I've ever seen in any film ever. You two suck.
Jealous. I nailed it.
We were like, what? And they cut it out of the movie.
Wow. Wow.
But that's not the real whole story though, because there was like a picnic scene on the first day of shooting and we were supposed to kiss and I go, hold on. And I talked to the director, I'm like, we should be like moonlighting, it should be like sexual tension until the end, you know what I mean? Where just as I'm going in to kiss her, I see a dead body, like off to the side, and it's like, that repeats itself.
And I
throughout
was
the movie.
waiting for him to kiss me the whole scene.
I forgot to tell her that I talked to the director and we were gonna do
So
that.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Now you know why they cut it out.
I'm better as the killer.
You're like, who's the person? Seinfeld, the girl? Can't tell.
Elaine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elaine.
she's the Elaine of kissing.
I'm Elaine of kissing.
I have a drinking problem.
What if you're the kissing killer? See?
That could be a movie.
Oh, I like that. Ooh.
We'll talk.
Any other questions for Dave? Yeah.
Thank you. Peyton, how are you? Oh,
9
good.
years
How
old.
are you? 9.
Yes. You can ask me a question too.
Okay, I want to ask you, what do you think, like on sleepaway camp, what do you think was the funniest thing that happened behind the scenes?
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
great question.
That is an excellent question. The funniest thing that happened was in the rec hall when they're trying to ask me to go swimming with them. I'm eating a whatchamacallit, and I love the whatchamacallit so much. I kept asking them to bring more to me. I have one on my table right now. I thought it was such
Not anymore. I was there. I was hungry.
Oh, no. Figures. But every time those boys kept saying, "Yo, Angela," I could not stop laughing. The whole night we laughed. It was the best scene ever. It was awesome. Thank you for that question. Give it up. Peyton is an artist who made a beautiful artwork of Angela. Come by my table to see it. It's spectacular. Amazing.
Popcorn's an artist too, back there, right behind her. Yeah, you are. You're a very good artist, and you know it. You're a poet, and you know it.
Okay, so we are almost out of time, but since we have a surprise guest, I'm going to ask both of you. You have both done so much in film, not just horror film, but film in general. Well, have you seen how many credits you have, Miss Lady? What do you guys want your legacy in film to be? Like, what do you want people to take away when you're gone?
I can say, I know. Here we go.
You missed the in memoriam segment that we just had, literally.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so I'm just gonna get this out really fast and quick, okay? I would like to be remembered as someone who, I'm gonna start crying, who really loved this community so much. And I hope like the time that I spend with you is special connection, and that to make sure we take care of each other with kindness and with gratitude. I hope you remember that.
She's been practicing that because she's accepting Best Actress Award tonight for her movie The Hard Place. My epitaph on my gravestone is going to be, he lived to make people laugh and he died trying. So that would be mine. I just hope people look at like all the films that I'm in and say like, oh, he never mailed it in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I always try to,
You
know,
are the
so.
best actor ever.
You are just an extraordinary comedian in person, and I hope people get to know you because your soul and your heart is like unbelievable.
That's literally what you said earlier. Before
Yeah.
we got here.
I told you I'll give you the $20. I said I'll give you $20.
All right, flip.
I just want to say, though, that I was actually pleasantly surprised to see you in Victor Crowley.
Oh, thank you.
Because, like, when I saw you come out, I was like,
Yeah.
that's so awesome! And you were just so, like,
Hilarious.
corny, and, like, to have you be, like the hero. Like, I just...
Don't give it away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
that's
joking.
okay.
It's been out for like 10 years.
Yeah, I actually love the relationship between you and the makeup artist. What was?
Oh, Laura Ortiz.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
Rose.
there was a line in there. You said that you wanted to kiss her, or you kissed her, and he's like, "I don't even care if you have a dick."
Right.
And then she was like, "Well, I don't. I just said that to."
You know, and Adam sort of wrote, there's a lot of Easter eggs in Adam's writing, and so the lead character, her name was Rose.
Rose,
Melissa
yeah.
Rose.
Yeah.
And she claims to have a dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's a little tongue-in-cheek joke
Yes.
there.
All right, everyone, please do give it up.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Hold on.
Make it quick.
No, the reason I was late to come down here on
Was because you weren't scheduled, sir.
No, I was editing a video up in my, in the
Oh,
hotel
please
room.
tell everybody. This is important.
I sent it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Dave
finished it.
Sheridan wrote a song.
I wrote a song
for
first.
this weekend at
Yeah.
Days of the Dead.
About the guests
wrote
here.
every single word he
Yeah.
wrote,
Yeah.
and then he made a video to accompany it that is going to premiere tonight. You're all
I
gonna
hope so.
love it. It's exceptional. I've seen it. I want to watch it on a loop. It's so good. It's so fun. Please make sure you get a chance to watch the Days of the Dead music video created
I
by
think
Dave
you'll like
Sheridan.
it. What's funny is I made this song and I sent it to Bill, the guy that runs the thing, and he goes, "Oh, it'd be great if it was a music video." I go,
my
maybe
God.
you can find somebody. He goes, "Can you do it?" I was like, "I guess I will."
And you
Otherwise,
just finished it.
well, yeah, because then I had
Right.
surgery on Thursday and I was on painkillers all weekend, and then I used like all new software that I've never used before. I was like learning on the curve. So
Yeah.
it came out really good though. I sent
New
it to you.
video, look for
If you
it.
get a chance to see it someday, somewhere. actually.
Beautiful voice.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone give it up.
Hey, swing by our table. Yeah. Swing by. If you got any more
You're off the
questions.
hook because Ashley's here.
Okay.
All right. Everything's nice. Could the screen be any darker?
Thank you for my.
Wait.
Thanks for being
Hold
here.
on.
I love you guys so much.
Precious.
So
Okay, splash me out.
fun.
All right, Dave.
It is dark. Are we gonna go together?
Oh, sandwich. Sorry.
I'm spring. I'm fall.
1, 2, 3.